Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. So it's almost the end of the year, so that means it is time for my favorite makeup of 2024. Since I have to show you the makeup, I figured, well, I might as well put it on for you. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm into all things hair, skin, and makeup. And if you are too, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. I usually upload every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, but I've been throwing in some Wednesdays lately. All right, let's get at it. So this is the first thing I always do in my makeup routine, and it has literally become my most favorite product of 2024. From Maybelline, it is their Build Brow. Most of you know I have a disastrous time with my brows. It is not my strong suit until the Build Brow came along. A lot of people don't like the fix end. I think that's what it's called, the sealing gel. This end here is a brow pen, which is tiny and so precise. Love it. But the brow gel is like the hero for me. My brows move. I cannot keep them in place for anything. I do use a little fan to dry them down, so I make sure they stick exactly where they want to go. But I have been putting the brow gel on first, get the brows dry, and then go in with the pen. I love the Build-A-Brow so much that when we were in Vegas 2 months ago and I realized I had forgotten to bring it, I said to my husband, get me to that CVS down the street ASAP. For me, this is the only product that literally gives you actual hair-like strokes with complete ease. And I should mention I'm using the shade 259 Ash Brown. The difference is incredible. I'm in love with this. Next up for me, there were 2 clear foundation winners. I have skin that's like on the drier side, so I now prefer hydrating foundations. I'm not even looking at matte foundations pretty much anymore. The Patrick Ta one completely has my heart because A, it's the perfect skin like tone match for me, skin shade, but I love how it looks on my skin. And with the other products I use, I've been getting a really good longevity out of it. I know a lot of people kind of complain that they haven't gotten the longevity. When you see the other products I'm using, they all work together, so it does last me a good 10 hours when I need it to. And I had forgotten about the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow. It was released earlier in the year. It is so nice. Here again, still hydrating. It's got a great finish. This shade is a little off for me. I mean, I think you can tell by looking at the bottles, it's a little lighter. And for me right now, it's too light. So I am gonna go with the Patrick Ta. I have been using this. I just go in with a little more bronzer because it's so nice. So if this price has you a little put off, which I do not blame you, take a look at the Hydra Glow from Makeup Forever. You will love it. And one of the things that I love about this a lot is I have 11s right between, like in my forehead there. This does not sink into it at all. It somehow just remains looking smooth. You don't see like a little crease with like a crevice of foundation in it. I don't know how he does it, but it's so beautiful. I just realized that I didn't have a concealer in my roundup here, and I honestly don't remember if the Natasha Denona High Glam came out this year or last year, but this is pretty much the only concealer that I've been using. So we're just gonna give it to her. If she came out last year, whatever. I bought these this year. I have 2 shades. I have N1 and N2. I actually think I might want to get another shade even slightly darker because this is nice for under my eyes. But if I want to cover up any blemishes on my face, using a concealer that is lighter than your skin on a blemish is actually going to highlight the blemish. I need something that is going to conceal, not highlight. All right, so I'm actually gonna let my concealer sit for a couple minutes, and I'm going to skip right on to eyeshadow. Full on obsessed with the Armani, I don't even know what they're called. They're their liquid eyeshadows. I love this one. It's the shade 18M. What is the color? I think it's like beige or something like that. This is like the color of my skin, but just slightly deeper. I love it. It's the perfect base, or I very often just wear it on its own. I put a good amount on because it moves around so easily, but never looks like heavy or cakey. And then I just go in with a clean, fluffy brush, pat it in. Voila. I felt there were 2 bronzers that just won me over from Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. It's nice because it has a pump, so you can either take out as much as you want, or it also has this nice doe foot applicator on the bottom. I've used it both ways. I don't really have a preference. What I do like about this best is on my no makeup days when I just want to warm up my skin and I just want a little bit more than my pasty self. I think this is the absolute perfect product. Over top of foundation, it can kind of get lost on me, especially because I have the shade light. If I had a darker shade, it would definitely show up better. But since I have both of these, I'm going to use this one in the cheek area and I'll use this one on my forehead. Now, as you can see, that just gives like a very subtle bronzing, but that's okay. She's got plenty of makeup to put on. And then the Too Faced Melting Bronzing Stick in the shade Chocolate Mousse. I have to smell it every time. I cannot get over how much it smells like a milk chocolate bar. Next up, blush really had its moment this summer. We got all the textures, all the finishes. The liquid and cream bronzers really were taking over. So the House Labs, this is the Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm. I have Glassy Pomelo, which is this really beautiful kind of peachy shade. Love this because it leaves a nice like glass finish on your skin. Does not break up my foundation. It just gives like a nice shine, and it's really nice because you do not need to use a highlighter with it. You don't need shine on top of shine. So if you're looking for one and done product, this is beautiful. It works well with powders. It doesn't move. Somehow it stays put but continues to look glossy. It's crazy how gorgeous this is. And then of course from CL, we have their Blush and Protect. This is an SPF 50 blush. I have the shade Kirsty. I didn't know what to think about this brand at first because I don't like makeup that has SPF in it. It usually makes me break out. This has me in a chokehold. I wear this constantly. You can see it's one of those natural tones. Here again, I don't use it for the SPF. It just looks gorgeous on. It's perfect with this Armani eyeshadow. There's just something so incredibly beautiful about how it sits on the skin, how well it wears, and I don't know. I think this brand really just nailed it. And then Hourglass was like, hang on, folks. This is the Unreal Liquid Blush. I have it in the shade Scene. This is kind of my shade. This is what I seem to have like a million blushes in this tone. You need one dot for both cheeks. This goes such a crazy long way. It just keeps going and going and going. So you can see like they're all in kind of like my shade family, but Scene is the pink that is like the pink of my dreams. So what's she gonna wear today? All right, let's go with Scene. I should probably get this off my hand before it ends up all over me. But the powder blushes weren't going to be outdone. So from Rare Beauty, these are their powder blushes. Were they called anything else? You know what's funny about Rare Beauty? They put like the full name on the boxes, but they don't put it on the packaging, which is fine. Whatever. I got two shades, Joy and Hope. Maybe I should show you the shades. Joy and Hope. And I know you're thinking, wow, those are kind of crazy for you, girl. They're actually not. They are super stunning. When I was in store, I had a hard time choosing a shade, and literally any of them would have been like perfect, but I like wanted to limit myself to just two. There's like a really pinky pink that I think I'm actually gonna get. I don't know why I didn't. Now, because these are both so incredibly highlighty, you do not need to wear a highlighter with them at all. The reflect in them is incredible. It's beautiful. So you need the tiniest amount. And that's where some people go wrong. Like if you're just going to go in, swirl your brush and tap, 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 you're going to look crazy, girl. So these are great for one and dones. Absolutely. And Armani just being as subtle as they are with beauty, but still very special. This just looks like a plain pink blush. I cannot tell you, like, actually, I'll probably put this one on today. There's like a sheerness to this that just allows your skin to shine through, but you still get the pigment. It is super duper gorgeous. I'm going to put this on after I powder. Yeah. And speaking of powders, there were 3 brands that just absolutely positively killed it as far as I'm concerned. And they're all slightly different. Do you need 3 powders? No. All right, so the first one from Kosas, this is the Candy Cloud Set. It's obviously candy, it's the pink one. I use this mainly under the eyes. I think it is so beautiful. You need the tiniest amount, and I actually swirl it in the cap to really kind of embed it in the bristles of my brush, because I don't want a ton of it. I just want to lightly set. Pat out these creases. The set is so light and so effortless. You do not look powdery. You do not get like cakey and dry looking throughout the day. It is really special. Now the Cloud set has been around for a long time, but it is so nice that they came out with these additional shades, especially Candy. The one thing that I don't like about the Kosas brand overall is that it's one of those clean beauty brands. So because of that, they don't have preservatives. Now it's not as much of an issue in their powder products, but still keep an eye on your powder products. Like if you start to smell anything, throw it away. The minute any of your clean beauty products start having an off-putting scent, throw it away. The bacteria has grown and you do not want that on your face because you will screw up your skin. But until it stinks, I'm gonna keep it around. And then from Tarte, these are their creaseless setting powders. I have two, the shade pink and the shade lavender. I like lavender for under my eyes. It's been really nice because I've been getting a little pastier. The pink is the one I've been sticking with mainly. I mean, they're both so incredibly beautiful. I love that they come with this baby powder puff. It also has the sifter. Did I just spill? Yeah, a little bit. Of course I did. But I like to just pack up the little puff in the sifter, and then I rub it around in the lid just to kind of make sure it's really in here. And then for the areas that I want to make sure are set and are not going anywhere, I just dab it in there, and instantly, can you see I'm completely blurred where I still have shine on this side from all of my cream products. This will last for the entire day. It doesn't break down. It stays put so nicely. I am blown away by this. Now, because I got to show you all the powders, I'm gonna not powder my entire face with this. We're gonna go up next with this beauty from Makeup by Mario. For those who are like talc-free, 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 somehow he made this talc-free powder that is gorgeous. I will say it's supposed to be skin-like. I find that it's pretty mattifying, which is fine. I tend to use a lighter hand with powders, so that way it's not going to look super cakey and dry, so keep that in mind. I also prefer to use a brush because that also helps you use less product. Get it in those bristles and set. And I want to come back to this foundation. Look, my 11's still not creased. I'm telling you, this foundation, if you have like mature skin and you have creases, wrinkles, fine lines, this is really going to make them look so much less apparent. All right, back to setting with the Makeup by Mario. Did I even tell you exactly what it's called? It's this Real Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I have the shade 2 Neutral Light. There are several shades, which is delightful. There's actually a translucent shade that I feel was actually a little too light for my skin, and there was a pink shade, and I really want the pink shade. But considering all the pink powders I have, it seems a little crazy to get another one. That doesn't mean that I won't. All right, so can you see I have completely set my face. I used a tiny bit of powder, and here's the thing. Because of this, my makeup isn't gonna move. There's something magical in this powder. It still keeps my skin looking nice because I didn't use a lot of it. I did make the mistake, like early on when I first got this, of like going in and powdering, because well, it wasn't really a mistake. I just wanted to see like how much I could use. This is a less is more product for sure. So it's gonna last you a long time, even though you've got 15 grams, which is a good amount. But you see like how nice it is? Oh, I don't think that there were any powder bronzers that came out that I was really interested in or that blew me away. So no powder bronzers. But of course, we're gonna use the Armani powder blush. And you can kind of like load up your brush nicely because it is like sheer when it goes on the skin. Isn't that so pretty? I'm going to quickly powder bronze with an oldie but goodie. Just talks amongst yourselves. And for highlighters, one just took my breath away from Fenty Beauty. This is their Demi Glows. I have shades, well, I have 2 shades, and I've talked to you about them multiple times. This is a shade Too Much 03, and this is Pretty Pearls 01. Yeah, I accidentally dug my finger in this one. It is a total pain point for me. Let's not talk about it, please. Now, because of this look today, I think I'm going to use Too Much. I just love how pink it is, but so subtle. I think these are just the prettiest. They blend so nicely. They don't look crazy on the skin. They're just so lovely. Oh, I forgot a blush. I can't believe it. Oh, I love this one so much. I mean, look at how friggin' filthy this is. From Patrick Ta. This is from his Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. This is the shade Not Too Much. This I almost feel like works really well with the CL blush. They're both like kind of in the same shade family. This is like a very natural shade for literally most anyone. It's so beautiful. I've used it so many times. I'm not going to use it today because it's not the right shade for this look, but I cannot tell you how much I love this. And literally, if you're looking for like a natural blush, if you're like a natural girly who doesn't like to get into the pinks or the oranges or the fuchsias, this is the shade. Okay, so sticking around in Patrick Ta land, oh, these are the Eye Illusion Shadow Duos. I have 3, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I am happy, thrilled to have 3. They're super duper versatile. This one here is Do You Know Who I Am? I did not intend on buying this one, and this is one of my favorite, like my favorites out of all of them. Now it doesn't go with this look because, as you can tell, it's just a little warmer, but the shades, like, they're beautiful. And you don't have to go in like using a ton of them on your eyes. You can literally just take the tiniest amount and actually on top of this eyeshadow and just dab it wherever you want. Do it in the center of the lower lid, do it all over the lower lid, take it up into the crease, wear it any way you want, and it just gives this like glisten of diamonds on the lid that is spectacular. I know, my enthusiasm for these shadows is kind of ridiculous, and I am not going to apologize for it. All right, then the shades We Need Better Lighting. The white one here, I'm not using as much as I thought I would. I use it kind of like a beam, like right in the center of the lid sometimes. This one, the other shade though, is a little more yellow. Do you see how that's more of like a yellow gold? So beautiful. But then Talk to My Team. Oh God, I can't get over these. The one on the bottom here actually has reflex of like pink and orange. And it's funny because the formula itself actually feels a little creamier. So I'm running out of space. All right, can you see that? That kind of creaminess. I love that one so much. And it's really beautiful also, like here again, spotlighting or using in the inner corner. But the shade on top here, this one has like reflex of everything in it. It's got pink, it's got gold. I even think there's like a little bit of green in it. Like, do you see that down there? They all have me completely mesmerized, and I am so happy to have them all. Okay, so now I need to decide what's gonna go in my eyes. All right, you know what? We're gonna do the last one from Talk to My Team. I think I've talked about these more in-depthly than anything else that I've gotten here, and I'm sorry, but I'm so enthusiastic about them. I know they're expensive. I know, I was able to get them at the Sephora sale and I saved 20% off, so that was a little help. But there are some makeup items that are just special and worth the splurge. Now, honestly, when I know I'm going to be wearing them, I usually will do my eyes first before I do anything else, because you do easily get fallout from them. So I'm gonna put a little powder under the eyes just so that I can easily wipe it away, because I don't have a lot of powder under the eyes right now. So I don't want any little pieces of glitter sticking. Although for me, for real, I don't actually care if there's like a couple little drops of glitter here and there, 2 or 3. I don't care. I think it looks kind of pretty, but that's just me. Look at this. All right, so I'm just going to apply it with a finger. I found that that is the easiest way to do it. And I'm going over the entire lid up into the crease. You cannot tell me that that is not gorgeous. Yeah, and I do have some sparkles on me, so those will easily wipe away. And like I said, you don't need to put this much on. You can literally just go pat, 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 and that's it. And it is perfect for daytime. Trust me, it's perfect for daytime. I literally have the most basic eyeshadow and the most extra eyeshadow, and I could not be happier about it. All right, I just did some shadow liner and some tight lining. I don't have any eyeshadow palettes that were, like, I was absolutely blown away with this year. I know, you're all probably like, what about the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight? It's beautiful, I love it, but for me, it's a nice to have, not a need to have, only because it's like cooler tones. I love a couple of the shades very, very much, and I use them in like for targeted reasons, but this isn't a palette that I grab on the daily. It's just because of the tones. So if this is your shade range, then this is for you. All right, now this I'm including, even though I literally don't know when it came out. It's the YSL Lash Clash in the shade number 2, which is brown. I noticed it like a couple months ago, so it's new to me, so I'm counting it for this year. But who knows when it came out? I can't believe I missed it like the first time around, but whatever. The Lash Clash is just the glamour lash mascara of all times. And having it in brown just works so nicely with my blue eyes. It's not harsh for when I want like a softer look. The drama that this mascara brings is absolutely unparalleled and worth the money as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's get these lips ready for my 2 favorite products. And they both happen to be from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The first is the lip liner in the shade Dusty Rose. I don't know when it came out, but I came across it this fall and I cannot stop using it. The shade is perfect for me. It's a nice neutral pink that goes with so many of the lip products that I use. And then the lip velvet in the shade Kiss has been literally chef's kiss for me. I gotta say, I usually use it with other lipsticks or with a gloss over top. I don't like a full matte lip right now. Why am I talking when I'm using lip liner? I like this lip liner because it's nice and creamy when it goes on. I can still have a little bit of playtime with it, but it does dry down really nicely. And now because this is on the lighter side, I only use it in the center of my lip, especially when I have a darker, you can see, when I have a darker lip liner on, because it can look really crazy with really completely pale lips without something kind of bordering it to warm it up. I absolutely love that lip combo. I think it's perfect for me. Like I say, I usually don't wear it just a completely matte look like this. So I do tend to go over it with a clear gloss. I do have the Huda Beauty. This is the Glassy Lip Balm. I don't think this is particularly special. And actually one of the things I don't like about it at all is there's very little product in here. And I haven't used it a lot. And it's literally almost empty, which is super annoying. So this isn't making my list of like tops for this year. It just needs to make an appearance to make my lips be what, look at that. Ugh, got stringy. Ugh, probably my fault. Maybe I put a little too much on. Yeah, the full filler definitely doesn't make the list for top products of this year. All right, and finally, for setting sprays, the new one from Makeup by Mario. Here again, it's a Surreal Skin Soft Setting Spray. Here's the deal with this. Some people are like, I don't think it does much. I find that it makes my makeup last super, super well. However, if you feel like your makeup is looking a little powdery, this is not for you because this makes your makeup stay exactly as it is. It doesn't like do any extra hydration, bring any glow in. It literally just sets as is, which is great because sometimes you're like, ooh, makeup is perfect. And then you go putting on like a hydrating setting spray and now all of a sudden you've got too much glow, then you've got to like target powder. It's a whole thing. So sometimes I do use this with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. If I have gone a little overboard on the powder, let's see, how do I feel right now? I think I'm actually good with where we're at. So let's set. And now everything is going to stay locked in place. Now what I do after I've done the setting spray is I always take a little bit of powder and just go in kind of like my smile lines in this area. Because if I'm going to have any breakthrough shine, this is where it's going to be. And I'll go right in my 11s just to like make sure that that's not at all glowy because I don't really like that to glow. And my makeup will stay like this for hours. So this is all the makeup that I bought in 2024 that I would absolutely fight to the death over. For me, these all perform incredibly well and I have no problem recommending them to you guys. Now, were there other products that were released this past year that would probably make the list of tops? Of course there were, but I didn't get to try every single release. But I am so pleased with what I have and I literally use most of these when I do my makeup on the daily. All right, you guys, so that is all for my top makeup of 2024. I will, of course, leave all these products listed in the description box below. It's going to take forever, but for you guys, I will do it. And as always, I want to thank you guys so much for being with me and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.